Hello and welcome, and as the title of this video suggests, yes, I will be short and sweet, and I truly believe that if you know this truth and law about life and the universe or whatever you believe in, I promise you it'll make it so much easier and you will see change. So if you guys don't know me, my name is Brighton. I had a huge fitness transformation about 5 to 6 years ago, and then I had a mental transformation shortly after the 5 to 6 years ago, so maybe like 5 years ago, and then a spiritual transformation shortly after that. I feel like when it comes to health, it is mind, body, and spirit, and if you don't agree, that's totally fine. Maybe I'm not the person for you, and that is okay. That is totally fine. So I'm a fitness channel, but I'm also a mental channel, spiritual channel, who knows. I host this workshop with my mom and my sister. We were coaching today, and there was this lady that was like, oh, I love your classes so much. I love them, but I feel like there's just so much information and there's so many things I want to do, but I keep going back into my bad habits and my bad routines, but I know that I'm doing it now. And that's the point, is I know what I'm doing wrong, and I love your classes because you're teaching me these things and I know what I'm doing wrong, but I keep slipping back into the bad habit, right? And I feel like my mom, my sister, and I all collectively knew exactly what we were all going to say. And it's this. The best thing, and like, listen to this. The best thing you can do in your life if you want to change a habit, if you want to change your life, change your fitness outcomes or your health outcomes and make it better or anything, is to first and foremost have awareness. Okay? Because as she was explaining what was happening, she said, I do feel like I used to be on autopilot. I do feel like I used to be like in the autopilot seat. I was sitting back, and she said I was reacting to things. So instead of cooking my own dinner, I would just wait till my husband got home with the fast food. Instead of having the hard conversation that I wanted to have, I would just wait till they talked to me, right? That is very reactionary. That is not proactive, right? Oh my gosh, sorry, this light is horrible, but I need light. Anyways, this is it. This is the truth. This is the truth. She is on the right path. If anything, this week she had said she's noticed changing without trying to change, and that is what you want. Because as soon as you have an awareness of a toxic habit you have, a toxic trait that you have, a whatever, then you're going to get curious as to why you're doing that. And the whole point about teaching, and I feel like anytime I've ever taught anything, I like to not do it out of shame, right? Because if you're shaming yourself out of a bad habit, we know that that's like a vicious cycle, and you can't really hate yourself into a version of yourself that you love, right? That doesn't really make sense. So the beautiful thing is, when you have the awareness, it kind of creates a curiosity loop about your life, about yourself. So let's say I go to the pantry, which I still do this, right? Maybe let's try this. Let's say I doom scroll right after a workout, and instead of like working on the thing that I need to work on, instead of editing this YouTube video, instead of calling the person I need to call, I start doom scrolling. But here's the difference, is I know what I'm doing. I'm doom scrolling because, maybe I'm stressed out about this project that I want to do but I haven't done yet. Maybe I'm stressed out about this call that I have to have, so I just don't want to do it yet. There's the difference. The difference is I know why I'm doom scrolling or eating the bad food or whatever, versus doom scrolling, eating the bad food, and being so numb that you're not even consciously aware until after the fact. And then you're like, I just doom scrolled for 6 hours at a time. Shoot. And then maybe you think, why did I do that? But most of the time it's like, well, shoot, maybe I'll try again tomorrow. Maybe I try not doing that. Does that make sense? I hope this is making sense, because if there's one thing that I know, it's once you have the awareness of anything. Here's one more example. I know this is maybe this is annoying, maybe it's not. One more example of this is a great example for fitness and health. When you have the awareness of what's in your food, whether it's processed food or the amount of calories or macros or whatever, however you dove into the fitness conversation, when you have the awareness, Then once you eat that thing, you're kind of like, so this has like all these kind of bad, let's say bad chemicals in it, or maybe not so great protein, macro, whatever, okay? Then you know. So even if you decide to eat it, you have this thing in the back of your head of like, I'm eating it, but I do know and I'm more informed. And that subconsciously makes you choose better things. Better. I mean, we can talk about food and the whole thing. Really, this whole message is about stillness, and I hope you know that. So, finding stillness. When you want to break a bad habit, you want to know what you should do. I totally believe in this. There's so much research to back this. Journal. Journal before the bad habit, or journal as you're wanting to do the bad habit, or journal as you wake up and you're like, today I'm feeling more stressed. Interesting. Today I'm feeling more excited. Interesting. It's interesting, okay? It's not out of shame, it's out of love. It's about curiosity within yourself. Because the more you know about yourself, the more you know what you need, instead of going on autopilot and your body is just trying to give you what it needs, okay? Like even with food, when you're eating all this bad food, it's like your body's just trying to fuel you, to give you energy for life, right? When you're doom scrolling, your body's just trying to regulate its nervous system. It's helping you. It genuinely is trying to help you, and our bodies are not equipped for how many things are different in this life today. Sitting in the shower. You ever heard of shower thoughts? Yeah, that's because it's like the one place on planet Earth that we've found to have stillness with ourselves. And sometimes I still bring my phone in the shower, which I really shouldn't do, because I literally broke my phone like 3 weeks ago by dropping it in the bathtub. But anyways, shower thoughts. Does that make sense? This is why I feel like a lot of fitness enthusiasts like me or whoever else loves working out, because I feel like there's a bit of stillness in that. You can't think about anything else besides the weight that you're lifting. You can't think about any other problem besides the problem at hand of how many miles you're running that day and how it's like hard and you're breathing heavy and how many more you have to go and all these things. It's like a level of stillness that you kind of force yourself into, but it's still stillness. So that's the key. And that is the book that I will recommend to you, is Stillness is the Key. It talks all about this. And yes, I related it to health and wellness because that is what I know. But Stillness is the Key is for everything to do with life. Any type of habit that you have or you want to have or you don't want to have, Stillness is the Key is a great book. And it was my word of the year for 2024, I think. Yeah, 2024. So I have it on my necklace. And then my word of the year this year is resolute, which just basically means steadfast in your goals. You're doing the thing, which for me, I'm creating content and sharing for the world. I'm gonna share my journey with fitness and run probably a marathon this year, maybe a half marathon. And yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions or comments or concerns, and I will see you in the next one.